right, y'all, so welcome back to another vlog. You guys, obviously I'm in the bathroom because I'm getting ready to do my makeup for today, so I'm going to try to record both on my camera and also for you guys here on YouTube. I'm just going to go with sort of kind of a natural beat today, not anything extreme. So yeah. Ooh, it done went dark. I don't know why it went dark, but it went dark. So let me just flip you. All right, y'all. So yeah, I'm in the bathroom. I'm getting ready to attempt to beat my face. We'll see how this goes for recording this here on YouTube. I just got up and said, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. So showered, face is clean, and I've already made sure my skin was clean with the Garnier micellar water. On my cellular water. So I'm using this and then just my old random cotton pads that I get from Walmart. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes today. Again, like I said, I'm doing a kind of a sort of natural beat. So I gotta figure out a way to prop y'all up so y'all can catch me doing my makeup. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. And the only thing I don't like is if I sit y'all here, y'all can see it's not giving the full, like it's super, super bright. I don't know, if I sit y'all over here, it's still gonna be super, super bright. I don't know, maybe I can color correct that in the end. But I brought my stalks in here because I was like, oh, let me just try to see if it could give a different background. So we'll see. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm in focus as I'm doing this, because short form, it'll just be like little small clips, and then maybe I can kind of do a little bit more talking through it here on YouTube. So yeah, we're gonna get started with my makeup, and I'm gonna figure out somewhere to prop y'all because I need y'all about right here, right there as I'm doing this. All right, y'all, I think I figured out a way to prop y'all up. So cute little 90s, you guys. I got these from Unclaimed Baggage. Just a cute little leopard. And then of course I had my do-rag on. And then y'all, my little makeup stand is right here. I know I'm gonna have to slide over to make sure that I can get to my things. Let me slide this over a little bit. And y'all, this is all my makeup I've been building. Y'all know my little makeup kit and situation. So everything is kind of right here, right for me to grab it. And then of course I'm gonna use my phone and the mirror. So some of this won't be talked through because, you know, like I said, I'm gonna record for Instagram and TikTok, and then I'm gonna, like I said, talk through it over here. I know that I'm gonna do my eyebrows before I start recording for YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. So I'm gonna get my eyebrows done. And normally my face prep begins with the One Size Oil Sucker. Girl, let me see, I got to focus this over here. Girl, this is the part of these content creators that, why is this not focusing on this? Child. Girl, let me figure this out. Right, y'all, I think I figured out. I gotta make sure that the product is in front of my face, because since it's locked focused on my face, I gotta make sure that the product is showing. But I am gonna be using the One Size Oil Sucker, and I like to use this to, you know, oil suck, okay, my eyes and eyebrows. And I used to use Milk of Magnesia back in the day, and I probably will go back to that because that seems to be the only thing that can truly mattify my face the longest. I love the oil sucker though, don't get me wrong, I love it. But I've also learned some new makeup techniques, like as far as setting my eyebrows with translucent powder. So I do this, and then I make sure that it's in my T-zone and through my eyebrows to make sure that those stay matte throughout the day. And then I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier translucent powder just to powder my brows. Just another way of kind of getting them to last longer. But this right here, this area right here specifically, is what will oil up on me when I'm doing a full face of makeup. So I just need to make sure that that's matted down. And then after I do my eyebrows, I'll get into like my skin prep. So using this, and then also for my eyebrows, like I told y'all, I use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I use that to set my eyebrows, and this is just regular. Yeah, this is just a regular translucent, and I use this to set them. And then for my actual brows, you guys, I've been loving the NYX Lift and Snatch. That's what I use on my brows. The NYX Lift and Snatch is this product here, and I use this in brunette, and I also have espresso. Espresso is like a true black, but I don't necessarily lately like my brows completely true black. And then this is like, I think, a LA Colors pencil in like dark brown. So like I like to use the NYX to like mimic the hairs, and then I use this kind of sort of to fill. So let me get my brows done, and I just have a little spoolie. So I'm gonna do my brows, and then I'll be back when we get ready to start the face. But those are the products, girl, that I use for my brows. All right, y'all, so now that my brows are on, I'm gonna clean them up, and I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible concealers, and I'm gonna mix these two shades. This is Cocoa and Honey. So I'm gonna mix Cocoa and Honey, and then I'm gonna clean my brows up with my little flat brush. Where's she at? I think I know her yet. So I'm gonna use this brush. I don't know what this brush is, but it's just like a little flat, like shader brush situation. So I'm gonna use this little shader brush to clean them up. So I'm gonna mix these two, clean up the brows, and then, you know, we'll be back to get ready to start the eyes. All right, y'all, so for my eyes today, I'm just gonna use the Juvia's Place Volume, what is this, Dark Bronzed Palette. So I'm just gonna use this on my eyes today. I'm not gonna, and these are the colors in it. I'm not gonna do too much. I've just concealed my eyes. Y'all, eyebrows take the longest, okay? They take the longest throughout this whole routine to get done and get done right, especially if I'm going through the process of concealing them and doing all that. My brows just take the longest. So I'm just gonna use this flusher color today for the eyes, keeping it really soft. And then, you know, we'll get into foundation and concealer and all of that for the skin. But that's all that I'm gonna use on my eyes today. So just a flush of color for that. All right, y'all, so now that I just have a flush of color on the eyes, I'm gonna go in with the Danessa Myricks Water Powder Serum. I'm gonna use this first as base, my skin base. So I'm gonna go in with this. I'm just gonna dab and dot this over, specifically, you know, concentrating this all over my skin, because I wanna lay that in. Lord, I didn't record that, me dabbing it and doing all that on the thing, but that's okay. I'll just do a little bit more, y'all, for my short form content. And then I've learned the key to all of your makeup products is giving them time to dry down. So I'm gonna use my fan, y'all, of course, and I'm gonna just try to dry my layers down. And then we're gonna go in after that with the Universal Blurring Balm. So I'm gonna use the Danessa's Universal Blurring Balm next. And then I gotta decide on what foundation I wanna use today. I don't know if I wanna go with House Labs, which I might, or if I want to do my NARS today. Maybe we'll go in with House Labs, and I need to make sure I got the right shade, because I got 480 and 490, and this is 480. So I'm going to go in with House Labs foundation in 480. All right, y'all, and I did use the Yummy Skin glow serum and apply that all over as well. And I'm gonna go with my House Labs foundation. And you guys, I got the new Makeup by Mario brush. I'm gonna use, this is the F4, so I'm gonna use this today. I got it new to blend out my foundation, so see how that goes. All right, y'all, and I don't blend my foundation all the way up underneath my eyes because, of course, we're gonna put concealer there, and you know, I just don't want all the extra creasing on the eyes. And I don't add foundation up here on my forehead either. I just use what's left over on the brush to go all up in there and then bring it down, make sure that it's, you know, on that neck, okay? Just to make sure everything, of course, is blended out. So yeah, and I just ensure my foundation, I'm just tapping it into the skin, pushing it into the skin. I'm not dragging it, you know, I'm just tapping it in to get it all in there. And making sure that I get up to the hairline. Y'all, I thought I was gonna wash my hair today, but girl, I didn't. I was like, you know what? These finger waves still looking decent. Girl, we gonna go with decent. That's what we going with today. So that's done. And then now I'm gonna place my concealer and we're gonna let that dry down and then blend that out. And then y'all, I ordered some powder puffs from TikTok. It's like a pack of 50 of these. So I'm gonna use these. I like using the powder puffs to blend out my concealer. Are these all the same size? I guess so. They all look like they the same size. But I like to use powder puff. Like I said, I got this one right here. And I might just go with Ofafa because this one's a little bit bigger, even though these aren't bad. They're definitely smaller. And so, you know, to really get up in there and get that concealer blended. So I think for concealer today, usually y'all, I mix my L'Oreal Caramel and Honey, but I might just go with Too Faced today in Chestnut. That's probably what I use. But I've been seeing the girlies, at least for my chocolate skin, y'all, I've been seeing them use mocha and chai. I've been seeing the girls like, and then I've seen them use butterscotch. So butterscotch might be just a little bit of a brightener. But I think today I'm going to go in with chestnut. And I got two chestnuts down here. I got one that's kind of old. And then I also have a backup of this. And for the sake of at least showing it on the camera, because that one, the label and all that is gone. For the sake of showing the product so that the girlies can see it on Instagram and TikTok, I'm gonna use this to show it. But I'm gonna use chestnut today to conceal. And then for my bronzing, I'm gonna go in. I've been loving my e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer and Contour, and this is in the shade Deep Intense. So I've been loving using this to bronze my face, and then I'll go, of course, on top of that with powder. So yeah, let's make that happen. While the concealer dries down, I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my contour. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm gonna blend the contour out. All right, y'all, and then before I blend my concealer out, I love to use this Eyebrow First Spray Serum. I got this also from Ulta. And so I just like to, I guess, add a little bit more moisture back before I blend out the concealer with the powder puff. So we're gonna add the spray and then blend out the concealer. All right, y'all, so I blended out the concealer. Lord have mercy, this powder puff, I needed to probably kind of tap it off to get the excess little fuzzies off, because that was kind of messing up me with blending. But I do want this a little bit brighter. So I'm going to use butterscotch to add a little brightness up underneath the eye. And then while I give that a second to dry, I'm gonna go in with my NARS. This is Laguna 8. This is NARS Laguna 8. And I'm gonna go in and set my bronzing. So I'm gonna set the cream bronzing with this powder. And y'all, I forgot to add my blush, but I'm gonna go in with this Juvia's Place. This is in Blush Lily. So I'm gonna use this to add some blush to my cheeks, and then I'll go in and set my concealer with powder. And I'm gonna use Huda Beauty's Cinnabon, and then I'm also gonna use Kunufa. So I've been loving the Huda Beauty setting powder, and like I said, I'm gonna use Kunufa. And I might set all over my face with Cinnabon, or around my face with the Cinnabon powder. So now I'm just gonna just go in and set my concealer. I've blended the blush out already. So we're gonna go in and set with Kunufa. All right, y'all, so my camera had died, so I didn't get a chance to kind of finish, you know, recording everything, but this is how the look came out for today. Like I said, y'all, it was just gonna be kind of like a neutral eye, simple beat situation. I'm so glad I didn't wash my hair, because baby, these waves gonna have to last. I get my hair done on Thursday and I get a relaxer. So this just gonna have to last this week for work. So I'm just gonna keep tying it down. And we're gonna make this do what it do. Now the back probably ain't the best, but baby, this done held up for 2 weeks. This is my go-to when I just need a break from curls and I don't have a whole lot going on. And it's also perfect for the gym, because I've gone and worked out 4 times this week, and I'm still fine. So I'm gonna get it done Wednesday. Look, shoot, Mike, Wednesday, turn around and get a relaxer and turn around and wave it again. Just cause. And then plus getting the waves in the salon, I'm kind of sort of in and out. Now I will have to sit a little bit because it's the relaxer, and then I normally get my color put on there. But at least once she mowed me down and I get dried, I'm out of there. Okay, so we gonna see. I might do the waves again just out of pure convenience, but loved how my makeup came out today, y'all. I'm getting better at doing it myself and the beats and all that. Now, I will admit, I do love color on my eyes. I've noticed that I do love my eyes to have color. But of course, for what I do, like in making content and things like that, I got away with it last week because I had kind of like that powdery, bluey kind of eye. I got away with that. But, you know, typically as I'm rotating content and recording videos and things like that, you know, that color eyes, blue, pinks, purples won't necessarily flow with the looks. But just in the sake of beating my face, just cause baby, I'm gonna be beating my face and then sitting in the house. Or do like I'm finna do right now and go to Publix. Y'all, I got my bag on because I'm getting ready to run to Publix. Y'all, I've been doing good with my diet this week. You know, I told y'all last video I had meal prepped and got everything together, and so I've ate really good this week. I haven't been able to eat like all 5 meals because baby, it's a lot of food and I be full and like I'm not hungry. So I got to work on that piece of it. But in terms of just what I'm eating, the things I'm eating, I'm not doing it. My parents called me today because they decided, I guess, at the last minute to barbecue. And they were like, you know, you want to come up here? And I was just like, I kind of thought about it. But then, y'all, it's pouring down raining. And then also, I don't need, even though he grilled like chicken, I can have, you know, I'll eat the chicken. But aside from that, you know, they did hamburgers, hot dogs. I can have the burger kind of sort of without the bread. Like, I'm just really monitoring it. Like, I'm not going to be doing all that extraness, baked beans, tater salad, like all that sounds so good. But I just know for the body that I'm trying to get to, I got to stay away from that stuff. I got to be super disciplined in what I'm eating. So tomorrow will officially be a week. I didn't do any, like I didn't weigh myself at all before this. I'm just going strictly off of how I look. And because I lift weights, I'm building muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. So I probably won't even see a change in number on the scale, but just how I'm looking in my clothes, how my stomach mid area is looking, that's going to be what I use to track myself. So headed to Publix to pick up a couple things. And then y'all, I'm kind of done for the day. I've done the content. By the time this video goes up, you all would have seen my Memorial Day, the red look that I did. You will have seen that. So yeah, I'm done with content for the week. I just need to edit those videos, edit the makeup, get all that done and ready to go for the week. And it's work tomorrow. So let me get out of here. I got to pick up a prescription, run by Publix, and then back home to do nothing. Did y'all watch Nemesis? Girl, I watched it. Where is season 2? Okay, where is season 2? Nemesis was good, y'all. I stayed up Friday night or like Saturday morning till like 2 a.m. binge watching the whole entire thing. So that was good. There's another one that they said I should need to watch. And then I haven't caught up on the last Bridgerton. So I might do that today, but I'm hungry. And again, I don't want to just eat anything. So I'm going to get some things and then back to the house. So hope y'all had a great weekend. I'll pick y'all up some point in time this week. I'll jump back in. All right.